Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another brand new video. I hope you guys are all doing well. So in today's video, I actually want to go ahead and actually buy some more Bitcoin today. Okay, Bitcoin right now is still hovering at $30,000 and for pretty much 3 weeks now, and I want to say almost an entire month, that we have in fact been seeing Bitcoin stuck in between pretty much $31,000 and 30. Okay, so we are in fact seeing a very, very strong resistance line and a support level, of course, for Bitcoin. And I told you guys, right, days like this, weeks like this, where Bitcoin, it's not really moving. This is obviously the perfect time, okay, to buy and DCA into Bitcoin, right? It really, really, really is. And we all should be investing into Bitcoin for long term. So buying Bitcoin at $30,000 is a great investment, especially for long term. We are still early. We are still in the buy zone. We all should be accumulating as much Bitcoin as we possibly can right now. Okay, and if guys, okay, if you have in fact been DCAing, simply just DCAing into Bitcoin, right, at this price of $30,000, okay, trust me, right, in the next few weeks, next few months, because Bitcoin will pump, right, you will be up in profit. But guess what, guys, the next bull market is in fact about to happen, and you're gonna make more money, guys. Right now, okay, I wouldn't even sell, right, even let's just say, right, you bought Bitcoin back when it was below, $18,000 or below 20K, any prices below 20K, and you bought Bitcoin when it was like below 20K, I want to sell right now because we know where Bitcoin's going to be heading in the next bull market, right? And I want to show you guys a fair few charts, right, in today's video indicating where Bitcoin will potentially be heading in the next bull market. Now, I've been mentioning this many times, I've been telling you guys, my personal price predictions for Bitcoin for the next bull market, but for all the newcomers, okay, for all the new viewers, I'm gonna talk about a bit more about that as well. Okay, so yes, guys, I'm gonna give you guys a little update on what's happening with Bitcoin, show you guys some charts, and of course, towards the end of this video, I'm gonna go ahead and invest more into Bitcoin. Okay, I really want to buy more Bitcoin. Okay, before it reaches $100,000, because let's just say, right, we know, okay, let's all agree, okay, for all my Bitcoin holders out there, we know where Bitcoin is heading in the next bull market. It's easily going to reach its previous all-time highs, and we know Bitcoin's previous all-time highs was in fact at around $69,000 all the way up here, right? I really do believe Bitcoin can easily reach back up to 69K in the next bull market, because every single time, guys, right, we enter the next, market, right, the next bull market, it always tends to reach a new all-time high. We know the Bitcoin halving is about to happen. Every single time, guys, we have the Bitcoin halving, that is where pretty much Bitcoin tends to pump the most, okay, and that's where Bitcoin really has a parabolic movement. So Bitcoin is easily going to reach 100K. That's what you guys have to understand. Like, that's easily going to happen. You know what I mean? We shouldn't even be in shock, right, when I say Bitcoin's going to reach 100K in the next bull market. You guys shouldn't be shocked as well. You know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't be shocked as well, because it's not shocking. You know what I mean? Bitcoin can easily reach it. What's shocking is Bitcoin could actually potentially reach 200K to 300K. I want to show you guys a fair few charts indicating that, right? That Bitcoin could actually potentially 100% reach these price targets of 200K to even 300K, right? It could happen for sure. All these institutions are in fact coming into crypto and just crypto in general. Okay, so just think about it, right? Just think about it. So that's that. So today, the global crypto market cap is currently at 1.21 trillion, and overall the market is down 0.59%. So you guys can clearly see Bitcoin and Ethereum are not really moving today. You guys can clearly see that for the past 24 hours. A majority of altcoins as well are not moving, right? So right now today, it seems like it's a pretty good day to buy more, to stack more, to invest more into Bitcoin and crypto, right? It really, really is. Okay, since the market's not really moving, it's a good time to do that. But check out Chainlink. Chainlink today, okay, out of all these other altcoins, Chainlink is up 7%. You guys know I love Chainlink, right? I've been investing heavily into Chainlink. You guys know I'm a big fan of Chainlink. Chainlink is literally my third biggest holding in my crypto portfolio, or fourth, I think. I can't remember, but it's up there, you know what I mean? It's in the top 5 at least. So I like Chainlink, okay, and I know they're going to be sticking around for a while, okay? It's the biggest Oracle network in crypto. So they're not going to go anywhere, you know what I mean? I like Chainlink, I like what they're doing, and I really do believe Chainlink in the next bull market will be at least in the top 10, at least. That's just my personal opinion, right? So I'm investing heavily into Chainlink, and I'm just glad it's up 7% today. But overall, other altcoins are not really moving. You guys can clearly see that. Seems like Chainlink is the big one here, up 7%, right? But yeah, that's that, guys. Okay, so Bitcoin is not really moving. Okay, it's actually down 40%. But that's why, guys, since Bitcoin's not really moving, since it's still stuck at $30,000, I want to go ahead and buy some more Bitcoin. But before I do that, guys, before I go ahead and buy some more Bitcoin, I want to show you guys a fair few charts, starting with this one. And you guys know that I am a person that sort of, believes in history repeating itself. Okay, and I'm pretty sure you guys can agree, right, with these patterns and these charts that have in fact been happening throughout previous years will in fact repeat itself. So what happened in 2016 could potentially happen in 2023. You guys can clearly see it's like a similar chart, right? Similar pattern, sort of, not really. Okay, you guys can clearly see, but it seems pretty similar. And we know, Bitcoin has already reached bottom. Okay, I already hit its bottom of $15,000 last November, and now clearly Bitcoin is slowly pushing up to the upside, and it will continue to do that, right? So it seems like it's all ups from here, guys. Okay, and it doesn't stop there. You guys can clearly see, right? It's all ups from here. Okay, here's another chart. Okay, it seems like Bitcoin will in fact continue to consolidate a bit more at this level, which I don't mind, honestly. I can buy more Bitcoin at this level, and I have been. And it's gonna soon, break out. And yes, let's just say Bitcoin does in fact have, a correction back down to the downside. Let's just say it breaks that support of 30K. It goes back down to like 29 to 28 to maybe even 27. Okay, if Bitcoin does, break support, you guys have to understand it's not gonna drop or crash massively. Okay, it's gonna have a little dip, have a little retest back down to the downside. Okay, it could happen, yes, but it will eventually, bounce back up and break out and reach a new all high for 2023, which will be, $32,000. And I told you guys many times, right? Once we actually see Bitcoin break 32K, it's gonna reach $35,000, and of course $40,000, right? It will continue to do that. Okay, and you guys can clearly see in this chart right here. Okay, we hit bottom already. We know that, right? We all know that. And we hit top, we hit bottom, and now we got to hit another top. Okay, it's just like Bitcoin history, guys, right? We hit top, and then a bottom, and then we hit a top, and then a bottom, and then we hit a top, and then we hit a bottom. Now it has to hit another top, guys. Okay, and the top, I told you guys, we could potentially see Bitcoin reach at least $200K to $300,000. In fact, guys, let me know in the comments section down below right now, what is your personal price prediction for Bitcoin in the next bull market in the year 2025? But let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to know. Personally, for me, I see Bitcoin reaching at least 200K to 300K. Okay, I think that is very, very possible for Bitcoin. It may not seem possible right now for Bitcoin because Bitcoin's currently at $30,000 as I'm from this video, but it's very, very possible, guys. And this is why, guys, I really want to buy more Bitcoin before it reaches 100K, right? So that's that. Okay, let me know in the comments down below, guys. I'd love to know. And here's a chart showing that, yes, Bitcoin is in fact having a very strong resistance line right now of pretty much $30,000. Okay, and you guys can clearly see the next target is around $42,000, right? So people are in fact predicting here. I've been showing you guys many charts, throughout my videos for the past few days and weeks, that people are in fact predicting the next target for Bitcoin is around, $35,000, maybe even 38 to 40 to 42, just like this chart, even $45,000. And I really do think that is possible. I've been mentioning this many times. This year alone in 2023, I do in fact see Bitcoin reaching at least 50K or just over $50,000. I think that is a very realistic price target for Bitcoin to reach, because you guys have to understand where Bitcoin is heading right now. If you guys aren't in fact seeing these patterns, it's always going to create a new rally up. Bitcoin is obviously, this year alone in 2023 is slowly recovering back up to the upside, right? It's slowly recovering, you know what I mean? Like, we haven't even seen the parabolic movement yet. So with all these pumps that we have in fact been seeing for Bitcoin, these are not pumps. Bitcoin is just simply slowly recovering. Very, very simple. And it's gonna continue to have more rallies up to the upside. And this is why I believe, we will in fact see Bitcoin reach at least 50K to over 50K towards the end of this year in 2023. So some exciting times. Bitcoin is looking pretty good, guys. Okay. And here's another chart indicating that Bitcoin, yes, it's going to shoot up to around 49,000 or so, even higher than this, right? And yes, that's very possible, close to 50K, okay, towards the end of this year, right? So very, very possible. Okay, and I think Bitcoin can easily reach, 50K to over 50K towards the end of 2023. So some exciting times, okay? Some exciting times, guys. And we've been in this bear market for a while. You know, apparently, okay, 2022, okay, 2022 last year and 2023 this year is the longest bear market in Bitcoin history. 490 days, almost 500 days, guys, into, okay, this bear market, this Bitcoin bear market. We know in 2015 we had 386 days, and then 2018 was very short, only 204 days, right? But obviously, in 2022, this is probably the longest, and apparently it is by indicating at this chart that this is the longest bear market in Bitcoin history. Okay, so it looks like, guys, okay, we will, be in the next bull market, right? We cannot be in this bear market forever. We know that, the Bitcoin halving is about to happen. And we know every single time we have the halving, that is where Bitcoin moves parabolic. And I really do believe in the next bull market, since we've been in this bear market for the longest, in the next bull market, we're going to see Bitcoin really pop like no other, bull run that we have, in fact, been seeing in the next, previous, bull cycles, right? The next bull cycle, guys, the next bull market is going to be completely different compared to the other ones that we have, in fact, been seeing, throughout the years. So Bitcoin is ready to pump, you know what I mean? It really is a sleeping giant, okay? It's ready to just shoot up. And this is why, guys, I really do believe Bitcoin's going to easily reach 100K to 200K to even $300,000. Do I think Bitcoin can reach over 300K? It's possible, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna stick with 300K, okay? So here are some charts, okay? Here comes the juicy bits. This chart is indicating that Bitcoin can shoot as high as $250,000. Okay, the bull run begins for Bitcoin. Right now, I wouldn't say we are in fact 100% in the next bull market. I still believe we're still in a bear market. We know Bitcoin is obviously nowhere near its previous all-time highs, not even halfway there yet. So I think right now, it's a perfect time to buy more Bitcoin. That's why, guys, I'm going to buy more Bitcoin, and I have been throughout the days and weeks, right, when Bitcoin is stuck at this level of $30,000. So personally, I wouldn't say we are in fact 100% in the next bull market just yet, but I will say this is the beginning of the next bull market, 100%. We are in fact in the early stages of the next bull market for sure. So yes, 250K, very, very possible for Bitcoin. Now 300K, okay, $300,000. Yes, that is very possible as well. I'm saying as of right now, the year 2025, potentially, we're going to see Bitcoin break all-time highs. Okay, 2025 is going to be a absolutely amazing year for Bitcoin and altcoins. Okay, because it's going to be alt season. We're going to see majority of these altcoins in the market pump, and of course, new altcoins are gonna come in. But the real question is which ones, right? That's the real question here. We don't know. You know what I mean? So that's why you should always do your own research and whatnot. But yes, majority of these altcoins will obviously, in my opinion, reach, and I've said this many times, reach back up to its previous highs and of course reach a new high. But I wouldn't name names here. But majority of them are not going to make it. That's what you guys have to say. Not all altcoins will make it back up to its previous all-time highs, but majority of them will, okay? But I'm not going to name any. But that's that, guys, okay? So Bitcoin's going to pump. Altcoins are going to pump, okay? Alt season is obviously right around the corner. We all know that. So it's looking pretty good for cryptocurrency, guys, okay? It really, really is. And this is why, guys, right? I really want you guys to buy as much Bitcoin as you possibly can. Let me just go ahead and refresh this, okay? Let's go ahead and buy some Bitcoin. I really want you guys to buy some Bitcoin, okay? Like right now, because you guys understand, in the next few months, Bitcoin will eventually reach up to $35,000 or to $40,000 or to, $50,000 or $60,000 and back up to its previous high, 69K, right? I don't want you guys to miss this opportunity on buying Bitcoin when it's at $30,000 at this level, you know what I mean? Because it's obviously a very cheap price to get into Bitcoin, in my opinion. You know what I mean? If you missed the opportunity on buying Bitcoin when Bitcoin was at 50K or 18K, 19K, when Bitcoin was below 20K, or when Bitcoin was in fact at 20K or 22K, 25K, 26K, if you miss those opportunities and you want to buy in Bitcoin right now, 30K is not a bad price. I want you guys to understand that, especially for long term, right? Buying Bitcoin at 30K is not a bad price, okay? And you should invest into Bitcoin for long term. We know Bitcoin has store of value. It really does, okay? So it's a great investment for long term, guys. So let's go ahead and invest $500 into Bitcoin today, okay? I'm not going to invest, 5K into Bitcoin today. I'm going to slowly DCA into Bitcoin and whatnot, right? Like back then, guys, especially last year in 2022, I was investing like thousands. You guys saw it, right? I made a fair few videos of me investing into Bitcoin. I was literally investing like $1,000, $3,000, $5,000, even $10,000, $11,000. Even at one point, I invested almost 20K in one buy, right? $17,000 into Bitcoin, literally. Absolutely insane. But I don't do that nowadays, you know what I mean? I try to keep it slow, I realize. So $500, here we go. Okay, buy BTC. That is the amount of Bitcoin we'll be getting at that price. So that's not bad. It's actually dropping, so that's good. Confirm buy, and there you guys have it. I just invested $500 into Bitcoin, so I bought more Bitcoin today. And guys, I want you guys to understand something, right? Buying Bitcoin right now is a good thing. You know what I mean? It really is, especially at this level of $30,000. Like, can you imagine, guys, buying and investing into Bitcoin, trying to accumulate as much Satoshis as you possibly can at 100K when Bitcoin is at 100K or 200K or even 300K? Can you imagine, right? And if you guys are OG, viewers and subscribers, then you guys would know ever since I started this YouTube channel back in 2022, right? Early of 2022, I told you guys many times, and I was begging you guys to accumulate at least one full Bitcoin, because this one full coin, right? This one full Bitcoin will potentially, make you rich in the future. You will potentially become a millionaire. You'll obviously have some type of wealth, and potentially you have some type of freedom, right? One Bitcoin in the future, guys, okay? And when I say in the future, I'm talking years from now. I'm talking decades. I'm not talking about 10 years. I'm talking about 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. Bitcoin will be worth millions of dollars, not just 1 million, okay? Millions of dollars. So if you just own one full Bitcoin, obviously it's going to be extremely rare in the future. It's sort of rare today, but it's going to be even more extremely rare in the future. You guys understand, right? This one Bitcoin will make you a millionaire. Okay, it will potentially. So that's why, guys, okay, I don't want you guys to miss this opportunity. Okay, and I understand, guys, it's really hard to buy Bitcoin. Buying Bitcoin right now is not cheap. It's at $30,000. I understand, guys, you know what I mean? It's not cheap. Bitcoin is actually really expensive, right? It's like buying a new car today. But you guys understand where Bitcoin is heading long term is going to reach 100K, hundreds and thousands of dollars, a million, and of course, millions of dollars, tens and millions of dollars in the future, right? Long term, of course. So just think about it. Even if you own, let's just say, a percentage of a Bitcoin, that's better than zero. You know what I mean? If you own half of a Bitcoin, right? 0.5, that's better than zero. You know what I mean? Try to accumulate as much Bitcoin as you possibly can, guys. We are still in a bear market, and soon enough, time is ticking. Soon enough, okay, we will enter the next bull market. So I don't want you guys to miss this opportunity on buying Bitcoin at a cheap price. Can you just imagine accumulating as much Bitcoin as you possibly can when the price is just too high? When I say too high, I'm talking about when it's over 100K. Okay, because at that time, I think it's just too late. You know what I mean? Like, in my personal humble opinion, buying Bitcoin at 100K, like, it's going to be even more harder to accumulate Bitcoin, you know what I mean? Because right now it's still cheap, right? That's just my personal opinion, okay? And we know if Bitcoin reaches 100K, which it will, it's going to keep going higher. You know what I mean? It's going to keep going higher. The next bull market is going to reach, 200K to maybe even 300K, like I mentioned. So don't miss this opportunity, guys, okay? Don't miss this opportunity of buying Bitcoin at $30,000, right? Please. So that's all I have to really say, guys, okay? So yes, if Bitcoin in the next, few days, if it's still hovering at $30,000, I will go ahead and buy some more Bitcoin for sure. Okay, so stay tuned for that video, but I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you guys have not yet already. I really would appreciate that. And I'll catch you guys all in my next video. Have a blessed day, guys.